Hi, welcome to the Magnum Steno Club. It is Wednesday, the 13th day of, what day is it? What month? March 2013. I'm really glad that you're here today. I'm just going to do a literary today. I'm really strapped for time. It's going to be an interesting literary, and it's going to have the same word come up over and over. That word is cartridge. So I write cartilage, which I would think we'd get cartilage more often, right? So that's going to be our main brief. Cartilage, K-A-J. Cartridge, K-A-R-J. Cartridges are usually in a rifle, which starts with R. So notice K-A-R-J has an R in it. Okay? Cartridge has an R. And this take is going to have cartridge in it a lot. It's going to have ammunition. A good brief for ammunition is AIMGS. Some of you may not have that in my dictionary. I just recently added it. AIMGS, ammunition. And then bullet, B-U-L-T. Sometimes you'll misstroke butt and get bullet, but it's still worth it. B-U-L-T, bullet. And that is going to get you very far. And I don't even think I'm going to have a slowdown for you today. I will slow down, but I won't be able to give you the speed, all right, like I usually do, just because I'm so strapped for time. But I hope you don't mind. I'll give you a good one. I do have a stopwatch to see how long I go. And here we go. Let's see if you can hang in there. Ready? Oh, and if you want briefs, they will be on the home page. You just got to check the home page and you'll get a lot more briefs for this section. All right? Thanks. Ready? Begin. The accuracy with which he can place each shot is of prime importance to any shooter. Patience and skill are vital to successful shooting, but they alone cannot achieve accuracy. Whether you are a varminter, big game hunter, or target shooter, you also need good equipment and ammunition if you're to put each shot where you want it to go. That's important. For the shooter to do something about accuracy problems is crucial. You may say accuracy is my business, and I've been at it for more than 30 years. I've been making bullets. Accuracy doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen through minding those few thousandth or 10,000ths of an inch and tenths of a grain which spell the difference in the final test, your own shooting. The people not only mind these minute variations in tolerances, they also apply quality standards unparalleled in the history of bullet making. Accuracy is the business here, and with over 200 man-years of experience, we've learned quite a lot with the secrets involved in building accuracy into our products so you can use them successfully. The kind of accuracy we're talking about isn't something easily come by, and it isn't found anywhere in the world in its pure state. It must be earned by the manufacturer as well as the individual shooter. The target is the sort of 200-yard group a good many shooters get, and as you can see, hitting a prairie dog at that range would be pretty much a matter of good luck rather than good shooting. Even most woodchucks would be missed or only wounded. Varmint shooters really need to do better accuracy than this, and they can get it. Our next target shows what we mean by a varmint accuracy. It too has been fired at 200 yards, but from a really good rifle, properly bedded and having a smooth trigger pull, and shooting hand loads carefully made from selected fire-formed cases, the right powder load, the best possible bullets seated to the right depth. Factory ammo is and must be manufactured to specifications which will ensure its functioning satisfactorily despite a wide range of chamber tolerances in a variety of bolt, slide, lever, auto-loading, and single-shot rifles, both domestic and foreign. Factory ammunition must necessarily forego some accuracy potential for the individual rifle to perform satisfactorily in all the different rifles in which it may be used. Hand loads, however, can be made up for the individual rifle and its chamber without compromises, and so can bring out its best capabilities. The half to three-quarter minute of angle group shown in our second target means that if our shooting skill is up to it, prairie dogs can be consistently hit at 200 yards or more, and the woodchucks can be cleanly killed at 300 to 400 yards. Hand-loading your own ammunition of excellent quality, custom-tailored to your own rifle and your own shooting needs, could hardly be easier or safer. It requires only 4 different components: empty once-fired cases, primers, powder, and bullets. And this basic equipment to a powder measure, scales reloading the press, a set of dies, some case lube, and a loading manual. Elsewhere in this book we presented detailed step-by-step procedures for reloading rifle and pistol cartridges, plus most of the data required by both the beginner and the experienced reloader, regardless of the caliber of gun or the type of target for which he's loading. Our purpose here, however, is not to teach you these basic steps in reloading, but rather to help clarify certain aspects of shooting and reloading which are frequently unknown or misunderstood. The more secure your knowledge of these complex factors, the better will be your chances of attaining the ultimate in accuracy and performance from your firearm and ammo. To explain what actually happens in the chamber of a rifle when it is fired, how the case and bullet are affected, we will employ illustrations which exaggerate clearness which would otherwise be difficult to see. The rimless cartridge is a new factory round which fits the chamber rather loosely. Its bullet is not in perfect alignment with the bore, and the case doesn't doesn't contact the front chamber of the right. As the firing pin strikes, it moves the case forward to contact the front of the chamber, giving a little head space but not a dangerous amount. Notice that the violence of its flash backs the primer partway out of the pocket, and as the powder is ignited and the pressure builds up, the brass case expands to fill the chamber completely, preventing any escape of gas to the rear. As the pressure continues to build, the case is forced so tightly against the chamber wall that it cannot move, but since we had a gap between the base of the cartridge case and the face of the bolt or breech block, what we termed a little head space, the case itself must stretch in the head region, circled to force the case head back. As the case is removed rearward, the primer is reseated in its pocket. When the bullet extends up the barrel, the pressure drops, the case cools, and the brass contracts enough to permit extraction of the fired cartridge from the chamber. The concept of head space is one every shooter should understand fully, both in the interest of more accurate shooting and personal safety. In the illustrated glossary at the back of this manual, we summarize 4 different head spacing systems and define the term very simply as a fit of a cartridge in a chamber measured as the distance from the breech face to that part of the chamber which stops the case's forward movement. As we have just seen with this rimless case, an imperfect fit of the cartridge in the chamber will result in case stretching the critical head region. Fired in a chamber having considerable head space, this .308 Winchester case has its wall thickness substantially reduced in the critical head region and would almost certainly have separated on the next firing, as did this case. Such a rupture might permit gas to escape rearward through the action, endangering the safety of the shooter. Okay, now I'll do a slowdown. I haven't counted it, but I'll try to read it at about 160 or so, and this is so dense that it's going to make it like a 180. So let's see how you do. Ready? Begin. Next, we'll illustrate another type of case with a different head spacing system, the rimmed case. When the primer, in this case, is struck by the firing pin, the case itself cannot move forward appreciably because it is the rim and not the shoulder which stops its forward movement and thus positions it in the chamber. As the powder is ignited and pressure builds inside the case, its thin walls readily expand to contact the chamber, but because the rimmed head is virtually in contact with the bolt face or breech block, the case will not stretch as much in the critical head region as did the rimless case we first illustrated, unless the action used is an exceptionally weak one. So I'm guessing that was about 160 actual words per minute, making it more like 180, 185. Okay, sorry for this really short session today, folks. I hope you understand. I've just had one really full day and had to squeeze this one in. And so you have a wonderful day. Know that you are a super reporter, and don't neglect your briefs. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.